There are things I need, things you may not understand, and may not wish to do. But please, do not make the same mistakes I did. My father, Howard, deserted me before I was born. I could claim the loss of my mother, and the letter I received after her funeral blinded me to what I had to do. It would be a lie. Human nature sealed my downfall. My name is Philip. If we are lucky, and by the time you receive this, I will be dead. If fate frowns, we all perish. Hello everybody, Orphan here, and welcome to Penumbra Overture. I will talk when we are done with the intro, because this title screen is kinda loud. So, I know I have a lot to talk about, a lot to explain. I'll do that after the intro, because title screen's kinda loud.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it. So when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever take. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning a 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
So, to reiterate, okay. Hello everybody, Orphan here, welcome to Penumbra Overture. It's been a while since I recorded, because I got sick for a week, and then Elgato broke. My Elgato game capture broke, so this was not the game that I was going to let's play next. I'm waiting for a new Elgato to come in, because the warranty unfortunately expired last month, so we need to get a new one. That sucks. And also, in my attempts to figure out what was wrong with Elgato and fix everything, I had a major problem. It messed up my settings for OBS and everything, and messed everything up. So what has happened is that I actually recorded this yesterday for an hour. And when I realized, oh shoot, wait, this is not an MP4 file. Oh no, wait, I can't edit this properly. Maybe I can find a way to make the file, transfer the file into MP4. And then when I was attempting to do that, I screwed up and the file corrupted and I lost the whole thing. So I need to do this from the very beginning again. So for this first part, we're just going to go until I stopped during that lost recording. That's what we're going to do. And that's how this first part's going to be. So I'm definitely going to be glad to be back to recording, but at the same time, if I'm reading a little faster or moving a little faster in this first part, because I've gone through this beginning of the game yesterday and had a screwed up recording. Also, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so maybe this might not even get uploaded tomorrow. I'm recording this on the 18th. It might not get uploaded tomorrow on the 19th. You might see these first two parts on the 20th. That might be how this goes. So, like, my whole setup is weird. And also, with the way that this game is recording, I have to exit the game in order to stop the recording because I can't move over to the second monitor to just stop the recording. So, that sucks too. There's so many problems with this. I also had a problem with not getting this game full screen at first and needing to change that. So it's been a super big headache. I probably have like tired lines under my eyes because this has been a pain in the ass to get everything working. Hopefully when the new Elgato comes in, I have no problems with that. We shouldn't have problems recording anymore for long, and I can get back on and recording. Not too much problem. I think we've gone on for this long enough. But yeah, other than this beginning part, the rest of the game it's blind. So this first part is not blind, but the rest of the game after this first part is. So I'm very happy to be playing this because this game is good so far from what I have played. But we should just get started. Always good to have a notebook to information and reminders. Great. Torch Industrial, yeah. There you go. So yeah, I'm kind of moving through this a little quickly. And that's G and batteries for that. Should be everything I should get going before dark. Oh, there's a note here I never found. I did not find this note before. Dearest Derek, just a quick note before you set sail and leave me once again. I've left you a little something to remember me by in the chest at the foot of your bed. I really don't know why you still have only one bed on board. Taking shifts because of it is no way to get your rest, but what does a fisherman's wife know of life at the sea? I'll be praying every night for you to make the catch you need and come home to me safely and soon. Please don't be gone for 5 weeks like last time. I know I might nag sometimes, but I do love you. I lost your overalls of yours. I know you'll get them covered in assorted fish parts in no time, but I still feel better knowing they had a wash. Before I forget, the Henriksons in the village asked me to see if you'll be coming by any trout. But I said they're mostly out of season. If you do happen upon any, don't say anything. Seal them well in the ice, and I'll do something special and then celebrate when you come home. Just Kevin's, there's a little special treatment around. Take care of my love. Okay, I did not find that note before. Huh. It's time to go. As I stepped off the boat, setting out into a blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I've been to discovery of my father's past. I need to actually move my chair up a little bit. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit at first, but I lost feelings in the extremity soon after I knew hypothermia was setting in. Still looking for shelter. So, if you've played any of Frictional games, you will know that they are very story-based, and you be reading a lot. Oh, god damn it. Yes, okay, got it, great. There we go. Sorry, computer, again, with a little bit of a problem. If you could not tell, I've been having problems everywhere. It's like, oh, even in the middle of this recording, we had a little clip there. That was a problem. But thankfully, it didn't stop the recording, and all good. So, yeah. So yeah, I'll be moving through this first part a little quickly because I've played it before, but yeah, I know what to do. creepy whispering again, right? Forgot about that. Oh my god, computer again? Why the fuck did you do this? Okay, computer speed. Oh, pain in the ass. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Empty box of ammunition. What is this place? Yeah, computer is being a pain in the ass. God, that's really annoying. Come on. So let's just move on. Here. Anything over here? No, it's just a circular thing. There we go. Whatever I was ascending into was 100 feet below ground, protected by two solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something like I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets. Emergency services at the end of a phone line, health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers. All there. If something goes wrong, part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing that anyone that might help me, friends, parents, teachers, were too scared or too far away. Got down a note just in case. Oh, right. Don't know if stuff's... yeah, thread, right. Shit. Like, I heard that. That'll make me properly hit. Okay, I wish I looked at the map a little bit more. I don't know if anything's actually here yet. Outside this is still... okay. All I know is that there's a door over there. So let's just go. It makes me safe to just enter here. Backstream. 15th of August, 1945. Yeah, there's a lot of reading in fictional games, and since I did this before, I've got to go through a lot. A man Munger Emergency Airstrip Zulu, weekly report. Another unremarkable week in Greenland. Regular supply shipment received, standard emergency drills carried out, routine runway maintenance completed. I have ordered maintenance to be carried out twice weekly from here on in, due to increased snowfall. 1 wounded. 1 wounded figures no cause for concern back in London. The Germans haven't extended their front line by 4,000 miles. 2 of my men were caught manufacturing cherry bombs in our workshop armory and succeed in blowing off a couple of fingers. I take partial responsibility for this in what I allowed them access to demolitions manually keep in the storeroom. And I'm sure that's where they learned the ingredients. I need to move my mic a little bit. That's good. As a precautionary measure, I now have locked up that manual in the chest in my office, and I'll now keep the key on my person at all times. Needless to say, both men have been disciplined, and the injured man has been sent home for medical care. I cannot help but think that a more suitable punishment would have been for him to stay out here, but the matter is out of my hands. The base is so disconnected sometimes I feel as if this war could end, and we might not even hear about it out here. A supply requisition order. Dynamite for excavation purposes, 7 bayonets, not necessary in my opinion, but procedure states that we should have a full complement. 1 industrialized pick for removing the damn ice that forms on the external hatch. I think that might come in. I feel like that might become important later, but I don't know. We'll see. 1 pair of reading glasses, category 7 in order for myself. Glasses are in a rather poor state of repair and could do with replacing. Reconditioning of the mine continues to progress. Structures being fortified from potential bomb damage. Excavation of previously caved in areas is going ahead. 1 point of curiosity is some of the archaeological find, an artifact buried in the earth, discovered by one of the work teams. Later this evening, after marshal duty, I shall take a closer look at the artifact. It appears to be man-made and may have working parts inside. I shall remove what looks like the front cover and see if I can't discover the source of light which constantly emanates from it. Chief and CO Major. Let's click the flowy. Old man, he seems somewhat strange. He is strange, yet he is no stranger. Never seen before. Still, I know this man before me is Howard. I call him Father. What the hell just happened? I don't know if that was such a good idea. Well, I clicked it anyways. More reading. Ooh, and the music picked up. Copenhagen Post, Monday, 17th of August, 1930. Psychotropic deposits at the bottom of Death Mine. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen have suggested that mind-altering chemicals naturally sewn into the rock may be the cause of high suicide rates at a Greenland mine. The university, which has recently been conducting suicide rates in 2 isolated communities, first became interested in the workers of the northwestern lead mine last year. They discovered that even taking into account Greenland's naturally higher suicide rate, local figures for the last 100 years were abnormally high, at 46 deaths per 100,000 populace compared to the national average of 29. On further investigation, experts diagnosed in many of the miners symptoms in common with the early stages of paranoid schizophrenia. This has prompted researchers to hypothesize that natural deposits of lysergic acid, a pH4 formula recently discovered to have hallucinogenic properties, may be present in the rocks. Few locals were conducted to interview, but those who agreed to speak had their own explanation. Inuit spirits known as the Tunge, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, live in the mountains. The university is waiting the result of chemical testing. The studies continue. Small key. Alright. Drawers. There we go. Oh, God. Yeah, look for the drawers for all kinds of stuff. Beef jerky. Still don't know what I can exactly use that for, but I have a hunch. I think I have a hunch. I know what to use it for. Gimme. Painkillers. Oops, flare. Key. Key for a chest. Big Book of Explosives, 1923 edition. This is important. Black match fuse. Black match fuse is one of the oldest, simplest, and most reliable fuses used in modern pyrotechnics. It is easy to create, essentially consisting of just string and gunpowder, but be warned, chemicals will stain clothing, and as always, do conservatives advise. To require string, preferably cotton, black gunpowder, backstring. The string should be coated with a thin layer of backstring, which acts as an adhesive. The string is then carefully rolled in the gunpowder and left to dry at least a couple minutes before use. Dynamite. By Alfred Noble in 1866, dynamite is commonly used in construction, mining, and demolition. It has proved far safer to handle than alternatives such as pure nitroglycerin, provided that it has been properly stored. Over time, the explosive component of dynamite, supposedly made safe by the presence of the diatomous earth, has a tendency to weep, making an old box of the explosive liable to detonate on contact. Diatomous earth, nitroglycerin, okay. The text will then simply form into sword sticks and wrap in paper. Okay. Trinitropluthane. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, but I do like that. That's what TNT stands for. I never knew that before this game. TNT was first discovered in 1863 by German chemist Joseph Wilberin, but it took some years before it yielded its true potential. This was because of the difficulty of making it explode and the lesser detonation in comparison to dynamite. The main advantage was discovered by the German Navy, employed TNT relative explosive stability in order to cause massive damage to British warships. Their torpedoes could be detonated inside a ship's armor rather than exploding on contact as did other shells. Armstrong's mixture. Armstrong's mixture is included in this book as more of a point of interest than a viable chemical mix. The formula exists as a somewhat of a legend in modern pyrotechnics, referenced by those knowledgeable enough to stay away from it as death mix. Its incredible volatility make it unsuitable for almost all potential applications. It is required red phosphor, barium. This mixture can be carefully and slowly mixed to minimize risk to the chemist. Sulfur can be used for some or all the barium to slightly decrease sensitivity. Okay. Let me look at. Where is it? Backstreet. Wrong button. There we go. That might be all. I think so. And the creepy music's back. Something else down here to me? That's around that corner. I need to hide. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I know from Resident Evil to not mess with dogs. That's for damn sure. I think it's within more than a few feet of my hands. I better stare it out. Anything within my field of vision might cause me panic, and then I'm gone. You heard nothing. Stealthy. Time to play incredibly stealthy. I need a key for that door. The worst part about this is that I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is, straight up. God, I thought a barrel was it for a moment. Oh, please don't tell me I walked into where it is. No, I didn't. If anything, the door's right there. Just run for it. Just go for it. Lighter was an empty, handy thing to have. Empty lighter. Oh boy. Oh, I hear the sound of what I now know is down there because of the messed up recording. So I know what's down there. Come on, move. This thing, god damn it. Oh my god, I hate this. Okay, the entire damn microphone fell over. Holy crap. When was the last time that ever goddamn happened? That has not happened to me in a long time. That shows just how long it's been since I recorded and how fucking, like, out of recording habits I am. Like, holy shit. Oh my god, I feel like I need to move this microphone again. I feel like I'm liable to knock it over. It looks as this basement caved in some years ago. Someone's telling through here more recently. Christ, this sort of creature makes these marbles. Giant fucking spiders. Anything back here other than the ladder? Okay, no. I'm gonna take this ladder. And I'm gonna put it there. We'll need that for when we have to come back. Day 1. I begin this record still in the hope that the great work we have undertaken here might one day be of scientific value. Ooh, I know this stuff's going to take like 15 minutes to read. Despite the chaos which has ensued in the 6 hours previous, my aim is to remain secure until what help there may be arrives. And to that end, I have barricaded myself into a small workshop area in the abandoned part of the mine. I hope that the meager food rations here will keep me alive. Is that how you spell meager? I don't know off the top of my head. And that those I hide from will not jeopardize that. Perhaps that mine really is cursed. It's almost precisely 30 years since the incident that brought us here, and now 30 years on, fate has struck again. Day 3. I forecasted that today the rescue crews would arrive, but I can only hypothesize that they would be unaware of my location, and hence busy themselves evacuating the other survivors. If they have not arrived by tomorrow, I will go out in search of them. Day 6. My first mistake was to make assumptions on the matter of rescue. My second mistake was to make assumptions on the safety of this mine. My third mistake was to act on both of those assumptions going outside of my safe haven. My best estimate is that I left the workshop where I was secured about 2 days ago in search of aid, and I have found only danger. I approached the old living quarters, but curiously can find no sign of life whatsoever. I returned to what I thought was the direction from which I had come, but soon found myself in an unfamiliar locale. Confused but focused, I intended to make my way home, but found myself threatened by some species of feral creature who seems to have made this old mine its home. No specimen bore significant interest to me. I chose to retreat, only to find myself outmaneuvered and outnumbered by the beast. I turned and ran, injuring my ankle in the process, which I believe now is most likely a sprain, rather than a fracture. For some time, I cowered and fought into the dark. But a few hours ago, I discovered a door leading to a smaller, disused part of the mine, the key for which I still have in my pocket. Within that area, I discovered this storeroom, and I think it should keep me safe for some time. This place is a maze. My lesson learned. I will not venture out again until I'm certain the area is safe. Day 19. Rescue seems increasingly unrealistic. Supplies diminishing. Lots of spiders in this place. I do not like spiders. Day 34. I caught one of the accursed 8-legged beasts nestling in my open mouth when I woke up this morning. In my surprise, I swallowed it. Not so much the act of swallowing which concerns me, but the genius of arachnid. It would be unlikely that a cave-dwelling spider would be venomous to any significant degree, but the possibility troubles me all the same. Day 35. Any known venom would have affected me by now. And so today is the first minor cause for celebration I have had since the incident. By lucky coincidence, the revelation also means I discovered a virtually inexhaustible supply of nutrition. I intend to venture into the basement beneath this storeroom, in the name of science, to discover more about these creatures' natural habitat. Day 50. For 4 days now, I have been surviving solely off the quite considerable sustenance provided by the spiders. For some time, I was struggling to gather enough of the crunchy little morsels. However, Lady Luck smiled on me once more when the batteries in my torch died and I made a second life-saving finding. The creature's natural habitat is the dark. My life now diminished, I need only lie still for a few minutes and attract enough for the beast for a rather hearty meal. Horrible sight like these modifiers to smell like awful. So we need to go the way of the bites. Gotta time it. Continuing on. Day 71. My earlier assumptions on the benign nature of my cellmates may have been made in error. After a careful autopsy, I am concerned that there may be a small value of naturally ingested chemicals stored in the stomach, which, if ingested regularly over a period of time, may become psychotropic or even lethal. And the real chances of break out of here and raid any stash of supplies I can find. However, the evidence against such a move is insurmountable. I have no source of light. I swore to myself I wouldn't leave until I heard a human voice outside. The spiders are so tasty. 100. From the marks I have been making on the walls and my scribbled diary entries, which in the dark may amount to an illegible scrawl, today is 100th day of my new life. Over the past month, my edible friends have become more and more aggressive and swelled in number and size. Whether or not this is a result of my plundering of their ecosystem, I am unsure. However, at this rate of growth, they will soon be too large to crawl through the gaps in any walls. For all I know, I could only be seeing the tip of the iceberg. If all fails and I am never recovered, I hope at least that my study of and deep involvement with these fascinating creatures will one day be regarded as an important point in natural history. The greatest names in modern science got there more through fluke than talent. It appears that this rule has extended itself to my discovery of this new species. I only pray that the second rule deems my breakthrough too insignificant, for all great discoveries tend to consume their whatever size of bee's house they have looks like eggshells. Yeah. What the fuck is that? Battery, which I think they use up automatically, unfortunately. Fluid lighter gas. Where is it? Into the lighter. Whatever use we have for that later. And we rotate this. Come on. There we go, it's off. Great. Nope. Oh. Wait. Oh! How did I do that? My mouse somehow went over to a second monitor. What the hell? How did I do that? Nope. Oh. I don't know how I did that. That distracted me long enough to get lost. There we go. Yeah, that guy's dead. I think some of the drag I've never seen this much blood before. Best chance to get some answers. Day 200. It's been some time since I recorded any findings in relation to the spiders with whom I have shared my existence for the past 8 months, partially due to my enforced retreat from their reasonable territory. Not too long ago, their behavior became overtly aggressive, and so I've attempted to barricade the main entrance through the lair and secure myself within one of the smaller rooms above it, the only one with an operational door lock. The other reason is that I've been recovering from a minor operation, which I was forced to conduct on myself without the aid of anesthetic. Even if I did have any anesthetic or surgical tools, I couldn't afford to be less than diligent in my work, so anesthetic was out. Surgical tools are all well and good, but although it may be becoming old and rusty, I still trust my penknife to do the job just as well. The procedure itself isn't elementary enough. A simple imitation of a non-vital organ. I began to notice a thick glue-like substance forming on my tongue. It's forced to accept that I've been infected through constant toxic ingestion. Day 300. Another century of days comes and goes. It seems like so long since I escaped here. At some stage since my last entry, I attempted to return from whence I came. That from which I originally was fleeing seems a fate far worse than the one I now face. However, in the time since I arrived in the larger mind system, a cave-in has occurred, blocking any further progress. I was forced to return and accept whatever in life has in store for me. I can still hear my aggressive little friend scratching at the door to my cell. Oh boy. Here's his tongue. Gross. Our spider, see with its gut open. Well, we got a key. And I know where the key goes to, so. You know. Great. This hole isn't large enough for a man. Not that I go anywhere near it, even if it was what burrowed out this tunnel. Alright, we're getting into the major parts. So I know what the key goes to, obviously. There's that door we saw earlier, I believe. sucks not knowing where that dog is. It really, really sucks. I don't like that noise. That's not here for a bit. Let's hurry up. Realizes, keep it. I love my workshop. It is 2, great at hunting ground to let others gorge their faces. 1, cannot help but feel. 4, those would touch delicate mousy morsels onto which to munch for. Ready. 8, ravenously if their flesh today to continue to do so. This possible thing solely to the button pad I'm so endure. Yet Red's mind's working somewhat backwards today. 8, 4, 1, 2. Thank you. 412. Did he already get in here? I hope it did not already get in here, but it might have. Might have already busted down. 8412, 8412. Okay. Well, we made it. Another glowy thing is here. It was there, but at the same time, like I had more control. Like control over what? Alright. Looks ancient. I don't even know what it would have been used for. We're nearing the part where I stopped earlier. It took me a lot longer to go through, obviously, because I didn't know what I was doing. Give me the flare. Oh, right, I have to put that away. Okay. So, I know what I have to do here. So, pick this up. Take this over. Don't get it stuck on that. I actually got stuck on the gate during the failed recording. That would have been really nice if you were not sideways like that. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is awkward. I am so glad that in their later games they let you rotate stuff. But, like, right now, you can't. Like, holy crap, this is awful. And then unplug it. Good. Painkillers, nice. Cherry bombs. Dynamite. And a barrel we can break. Dry gunpowder, that's what I need. But I think I need to figure out how to, like, make a stick or something, like a string. And I don't know how to do that. But at the same time, this is where I stopped. When I opened that barrel up, that's when I stopped. So, that's why last time, definitely, yeah, last time was an hour-long recording. There's a 40-minute long recording. Because there's still a lot of reading to do, obviously. But, this is where I got to last time, before I, before I stopped and, recording done. So, this first part was probably not the greatest. It was a lot of needing to get back into things, needing to explain why I was gone, needing to start the story, and the story needed to get started, and the story has a lot of stuff to read at the beginning here, and getting back to where I was with the recording. So, not the most exciting. Obviously, I wasn't as scared as when I had that first recording, because it's like, I know what's coming up here. I don't know what's coming up in the next parts, but, I'm definitely going to be a lot more nervous about that in the next part. So, this is good for now. I want to thank you for watching, and in the next part, we will figure out what I need to do. I might even start the next part, like, fast forwarding me trying to figure out what to do. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part. Goodbye.